A Move Forever Workbook Guide. Week 40, Motivate. The mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions. Ralph Waldo Emerson. So, from here, what do you want your movement adventures to look like? Do you like to go chasing after big ambitious goals? Enjoy setting a goal or two, but would rather focus on journey than destination? Or simply love getting out often and want to do so indefinitely? Consider these questions this week. No matter what you would like to achieve or how you feel about it, it's worth thinking about why you started this journey in the first place. Health, well-being, and joy. Your fitness and endurance have got to where they are now, almost as a side effect of this. So this is where your focus should remain, on efficiency, ease, and enjoyment, a truly healthful way to move, getting out as often as you like while keeping breakdown and burnout at bay, confident each time you begin and uplifted every time you finish. When you ponder some of these points in light of everything you've done so far, don't be surprised if you come up with something slightly more audacious to work towards, something that represents a challenge to you with a big gap between where you are now and where you'd like to be. This gap is where the work will take place. Engage with it. Break it down into the steps you think you'll need to close it. It can be tricky, so spend some dedicated time thinking about it this week. The secret is to gain a rough idea of all the steps, a clear idea of the first one or two, and then crucially, to begin. Let's dive into the workbook and get this week underway. This is the overall layout of the workbook. Plan it, do it, and then review it. Let's start with our plan for this week. We're going to take a look at a couple of things this week. What motivates us? What is it that gets both Laura and I out there day after day, week after week? Where are we similar and where are we different in our thinking? The next few months. With our individual motivations in mind, along with current levels of movement skill and what life will look like for us over the next few months, we'll have a think about what the rest of this year of moving adventurously could look like for us. Laura doesn't have too much time for individual goals. She definitely comes under the category simply loves getting out often and wants to do so indefinitely. She is happiest when completely lost in playful movement, usually at her most joyful when around water or using creative ground-based movements. She doesn't need a training plan or weekly targets, as her big why, playful, joyful, movement forever, takes care of all of that. I'm also not a huge fan of training goals, though I do often like to have something to roughly aim for. But I'll always try to set, forget, and enjoy the process rather than needing a dangling carrot to keep me motivated. I'm at my happiest when out on the trail, covering ground, although not usually in a straight line or a particularly fast pace. Some days I'll run most of the way, others I'll walk, finding any opportunity to stop and mess about. I share Laura's passion for playful, joyful movement, but also enjoy the long and steady process of building my endurance so I can explore my local patch as widely as possible. Midway through the week, let's see what ideas and inspirations we've come up with. So after reflecting on our movement motivations, how do we see the next few months panning out? Well, those that know us know that we're on the move again, this time heading to a new part of the English Lake District. Laura's plan is to get to know the immediate vicinity intimately, finding the best spots to dip, climb and play that are closest to home. I tend to get more into my running through autumn and winter, so my goal will be to explore the wider area in detail, finding some good spots to visit later with Laura. I'm not really a racer when it comes to running, but when I do, it usually comes off the back of whatever work I've put in through the winter. This year, I'll let exploration be my goal and simply see where it leads. And of course, we will combine everything we each bring, hopefully resulting in a sum bigger than the individual parts. So, as we progress on our movement journey, it does help to have a little review every now and then, not only looking back on our progress, but also forward to build anticipation for what is to come. Then, of course, we move on. So as for the weekly checks, a bit of an overall review of progress so far, going into the final few months as motivated as we've ever been. Now it's over to you. Have a go yourself, use Move Forever, the workbook, this video, and your own experience and intuition to plan out your week and even the next few months. Then go about it curiously and enjoy yourself. Don't forget to share your plans and progress in the group. Pictures, videos, lessons and ideas. We love to hear how you're getting on. And please feel free to like this video, share it with your friends, or even subscribe so you don't miss future editions. Remember the Move Forever group on Facebook and the resources page on the website. See you next time.